After spending nearly 10 years in prison, Gary Lewis turned his life around. He became a mentor to other fathers in his community and started the company iAmDad365. Gary Lewis, welcome to the show. You are doing some wonderful things for the community now, and we're going to get to all of that in a bit, but I want to go back a little bit. You're from Chicago. You were born and raised where?
Yes, Chicago, Illinois, in the Robert Taylor housing projects.
Right. And what happened when you turned 21 to land in prison for 10 years?
I was charged with drug conspiracy. I came up in the Robert Taylor housing projects. Typically, that's what I seen coming up on a day-to-day. And I just got engaged into that type of that behavior.
Right, right. And then when you went to prison, what happened in there that changed your life?
In prison, that was the first place I learned to read and write.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes. I was a model prisoner for 14 years. I took college courses. You know, I got my high school diploma from there. Actually, my GED.
Right, right.
Yeah, it was a transition, no short of Malcolm transition.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually one of my mentors, Malcolm X.
Yeah, Malcolm X. And yeah. I'm sure you spent a lot of time in there thinking about what you wanted to do if you got a second chance.
Yes.
And I think that's something that's really important to bring out, is that you now have your second chance. And what were you thinking while you were in prison to go, you know what, when I get out, I'm going to totally turn things around?
Well, in prison, I like to call it a silent place. You know, you get to reflect back on your life, and you get an opportunity like no other to re-examine, to do some corrections. I just took all the good things from that experience,
right,
and I focused on just the good. I never focused on the negativity. I always advise anybody that I'm speaking to that been down the road that I've been down to just focus on the positivity. It's so easy to get lost in negativity.
Right, right. And when you got out of prison, you moved to Wisconsin. Why?
Yes, I moved to Wisconsin because I read a book by T.D. Jakes called Reposition Yourself. And in that book, he warned that the chances of recidivism is like 3-4 times higher when you go back to the same community, the same people, and do the same things.
Right.
So after reading that book, I called my brother on the phone. Actually, it's the first time I've ever told anybody this. I stayed in prison 3 extra months because I put in a change of release and it got denied. And I continue to challenge it. I'm like, hey, I don't want to go back to the same place.
Right.
You can't force me back to the same place, because they said I didn't have enough family ties.
Yeah.
So I stayed in prison 3 extra months.
Wow.
Many people, nobody know that.
Wow, just so you can make sure that you wouldn't go back to where you came from.
Just so I wouldn't go back to the same place.
Okay, wow, that's fascinating in and of itself. So then you get out, you move to Wisconsin, and then you finally come back to Chicago. But it was Tyshawn Lee's funeral that made another critical change in your life.
Yes, yes. But before I go there, let me back up a little bit. While in Wisconsin, I went to Milwaukee Area Technical College, and I got a degree in welding.
Okay.
And I landed a job with DHL. And that massive layoff brought me back to Chicago because it was hard to get a job there with the felonies.
Right, right. And you came back here.
Yes, I came back here.
You go to this funeral and you meet Father Flagler.
I meet Father Flagler at Tyshawn Lee Funeral. I was sitting at the house and watching the news, and I saw the death of a 9-year-old kid, and I'm like, no way possible. And someone led him off the basketball court, and executed him. And that motivated me to get out there. I Googled where the funeral was going to be held. I've never been to St. Sabina prior to that. Right. And it said 78th and Racine. And I go there and then I attend the funeral, and it was Father Mike blew me away.
Yeah.
He blew me away.
And now you actually work with
I work with him. After the funeral, I walked to him and I said, hey, man, what can I do to help my community? He said, what are you doing now? I said, hey, man, I'm unemployed. He's like, come see me Monday. I was there. He told me to be there at 10 Monday. I was there at 9:30.
Yeah.
I was there at 9:30. Yep.
And then?
And we had talks. We sat down, John Rogers, Arnie Duncan. We all talk about what could be done. What can we do to turn this thing around. And I gave a lot of critical advice. You know, I talked to them about, you know, my experience in prison. In prison, it's like a village.
Yeah.
You know, in all my shirts, I got it takes us all to build a village. Right. And in prison, it's a village of men. And I'm kind of like trying to bring that here. I'm trying to bring that here in the free world. In
a positive way. And
yes.
So let's get to the iAmDad, this is Father's Day, and it's a really unique tie-in. You have a 3-year-old daughter.
Yes.
That you are a single dad. We just talked about this in Host Chat with
yes.
Leon Rogers, that you raised yourself.
Yes.
And she's in the audience right now, Ella, with Ryan.
You should see her smiling and clapping, looking at the monitor. You proud of your daddy?
Yes.
How much do you love your daddy?
So much.
How old are you?
3.
You're 3. You are so pretty.
Thank you.
So what does it mean to you, Gary, now to have this second chance to be able to raise your daughter as a single dad and to be what you're wearing on your chest right now, iAmDad365?
iAmDad, this second chance, she is definitely my motivator. You know, I mean, when days are tough, her smile, you know, her kiss, her hug, she's saying, Dad, it's gonna be okay. You know, it's just everything. You know, she is my world, and she, like I said, she's the reason I'm doing what I'm doing. I love her so much.
Yeah.
Her smile is everything. Ella is the best. I call her Ella Bear. She have her own Instagram page.
She does?
I love Ella Bear.
Well, what message do you have for dads out there?
Well, I got a message. One message is today we having a peace rally at St. Sabina that starts at 7. I would like for all the fathers, all the men, all the women to be there. You know, we got to do it. We got to do this. Mm-hmm. We got to do this. And what I mean by we, each one of us can play a part. You know, you guys giving me this platform. I am so humble. Right. I am so humble.
Right. And the shirts. Talk about the shirts. iAmDad. They're dope shirts.
Yeah. The shirt, iAmDad365, which everybody knows 365 days out of a year. It came to me while working at St. Sabina, mentoring my mentees. Mm-hmm. You know, brother that's in the audience now, John Harris. He's a mentor to me, and he's played a major role in my life. Mm-hmm. Tyrone Blatcher, he's played a major role in my life, and as everybody know, my mentor, Father Michael Flager. You know, without them brothers in my life, I don't think that I'll be at the place that I'm at now.
Right.
I think along the way, God has sent me, you know, leaders, you know, individuals that played a major role in my life. But iAmDad365, working at St. Sabina, young guys coming in, and everybody seemed to not have had a dad in their life.
Right.
And I'm like, wow. I had a talk with John. I said, John, man, I can't believe this, that there's a shortage of fathers. I said, man, we got to do something about this, man.
And you're doing it, and you're making sure dads step up. If you want more information on Gary's business or just want to buy one of these great shirts for Father's Day, go to iAmDad365.com. Gary, thank you so much for being here. Telling your story.
Thank you. I'm humble.
And thanks.
I got shirts for you and Ryan.
Okay. Ryan is a daddy? He's somebody, daddy.
It takes a village. I mean, you don't have to be a biological father to be a father.
That's
true.
We
got nephews, we got cousins, we got, you know, you don't have to be the biological father to be a father.
That's right. Here you go, Daddy. Thank you to your beautiful daughter, Ella, too, and iAmDad365 group that came out to support you guys.